What's up, everyone? Today I'm going to show you what I do as far as getting some meals prepared for a few days. That way there I don't have to worry about like what I'm going to eat every day or how I'm going to get my meals in and then end up just going to Wendy's because I didn't plan ahead. Alright, so I'm just going to show you what I do. Obviously you can do whatever you want. This is just what I do and how I like to go about it, alright? So just check it out and hopefully it helps you out a little bit. Alright, so first what I do is I just measure out 2 cups of brown rice. A little bit more than 2 cups. Throw that in a pan. Fill the pan with some water. Throw a splash of olive oil in it, just so that the rice doesn't stick together and stuff while it's cooking. And what I like to do is I'll mix in some onion soup mix. That way there the rice doesn't taste plain and disgusting, because I'll be honest, this gets old pretty quick eating this all the time, but this helps a lot, mixing this in. Sometimes I'll use 2 packets. I only had 1 packet left, so I only used 1. And then I just throw this on the stove and get this started. Put it on high heat and let it go. While that's cooking, I'll start cutting up the rice, the chicken. I'll start cutting up the chicken. Now, as far as the chicken goes, I usually use about 6 chicken breasts, which is usually right around 3.5 pounds total when you buy it at the store. So after like cooks and some of like the liquids are all cooked out of it, you end up with about 3 pounds. So divided that up into 6 meals, that's about 8 ounces of chicken per meal. So it works out pretty well. You just want to cut them up into like bite-sized pieces. I'll just show you how I do it, and then we'll keep cooking. So just take the chicken breast. I usually just cut it in half. If there's like a lot of fat on it, I'll cut it off, and then I just cut it up into small pieces. Alright, so after we have the chicken all cut up, we're just going to throw a little bit of olive oil in the pan. Just enough to coat the pan. Put it on like medium. Stir up our rice a little bit. Alright, so basically the rice is on high. Wait until it starts to boil. Once it starts to boil, we'll turn it down to like a slow boil, I guess. More than a simmer, less than like a crazy boil. Let the oil heat up in the pan a little bit, and then we're going to put our chicken in and add a little bit of seasonings to it. Low sodium. Alright, so once the oil's all heated up, take your chicken, dump it in, and then just put a little bit of seasonings on it. You can put whatever you want on your chicken, okay? If you want to use salt, go ahead, that's up to you. This is just what I do. This is just some Grill Mates Montreal steak, 25% less sodium seasoning. Just what I use. Do whatever you want. This is just how I go about doing it. If you like different seasonings, use different seasonings. If you don't want to put onion soup mix in your rice, you don't have to. If you don't want to use rice, you can use potatoes or whatever. These meals are going to get reheated, and there's no way I'm eating reheated potatoes. I think that's disgusting. So that's just me. So as the chicken's cooking up and stuff, you just kind of want to turn it, get it all coated with the olive oil so it doesn't stick to the pan. And keep stirring your rice so it doesn't stick to the pan. This will make a horrible mess. Alright, so once the water starts boiling, you just want to turn that down to about medium and let it cook. While this is all cooking, I like to lay out my Tupperware containers. I use these Rubbermaid ones. They're called take-alongs. I think they were like $3 for a pack of like 4 of them. They're good size. They hold 2.6 cups. It says, that's what it says on the bottom. I don't know. But basically, it holds what I need it to hold. It's also dishwasher safe, so you can throw it right in the dishwasher, and microwavable, so obviously you can throw it in the microwave, which is key to reheating all the food that you're cooking. The whole point of this is so you can take this food with you when you're not at home, and you can still eat healthy. So I just lay them all out on the counter and get it all situated. Alright, so these are all laid out on the counter, ready to go. So once the food's done, I can just easily start filling them with the food. And the portions that I cook pretty much fit in here perfectly. There's no extra anything left over. Everything that gets cooked gets put in these. Alright, so we'll let all this stuff cook some more. I'll show you what the rice looks like when what I was talking about, like less than a crazy boil, but more than like a simmer. Maybe it is a simmer, I don't know. I'm not really a professional chef. Alright, so basically all the food's done cooking, the chicken's all done, the rice is all done, and now we just gotta put it into the containers and get it all packaged up and in the fridge for the next, so we have food for the next few days, alright? So, like I said, I organized all my containers on the counter, so let's just grab some of the chicken. I like to put the chicken in first and then put the rice on top. That way the rice kind of keeps the moisture in with the chicken, and the chicken doesn't dry out when you reheat it in the microwave. Well, at least not as much. So basically I just divide it up as evenly as possible. I don't weigh out any of this stuff or anything like that. Alright, so we have the chicken in the containers. Just gonna divvy up the rice amongst the containers now. So what your rice should look like. A little bit of juice left, and that'll kind of help keep the chicken moist. Alright, and here's a little trick that I use to add some more calories to this. I try and get about 3,500 calories in my diet every day. Yours is obviously going to be different, but basically I take a tablespoon of olive oil and I just put it in to each container. That adds about 120 calories to each container. It's good calories. It's not saturated fat or anything like that. It is a good healthy fat for you. So if you want to do it, it's a good idea. If you don't, do whatever you want, okay? Alright, so now we just put the lids on them and put them in the fridge, and they're ready for us to take with us wherever we go, to work, to school, wherever you go, or whatever. I eat 2 a day, so this will last me 3 days. Alright, and that's how you end up with 6 ready-to-eat meals that you can bring to work, school, wherever, so you don't miss out on a meal or end up eating some crappy food like McDonald's or Wendy's or something that's bad for you, alright? Hope this was helpful for everyone. If it was, if you liked it, if you want to see something else in particular, let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe up top, and hopefully we see you here next week, alright? See you later!